warm welcome to all the participants in today's webinar. This is our 82nd webinar in our talk series. A special welcome to speaker Mannjiit Kaur for making time to be with us here today. Before we introduce our speaker and hand over to Mannjiit, a little information for those who were not here earlier. Rtambhara Wellness is a collective of like-minded individuals that look at wellness in a holistic way, not just the body, but the mind as well. And all through the practice of knowledge and wisdom that comes from our ancient Indian scriptures and heritage. We conduct corporate programs and retreats for wellness that look at personal transformation, and the details are available on our website, rtambharawellness.com. We also conduct webinars regularly, and our earlier talks are uploaded on YouTube under Rtambhara Wellness. If you'd like to be part of our community, please post your contact details, cell number, email ID, so we can add you to our groups. In today's session, we'll have the talk for about 35 to 40 minutes, followed by a question and answer. And feel free to post your questions on the chat function, and Mannjiit will answer your questions after the talk. So let's get on with today's session and learn about Reiki healing, all your questions answered. It's a topic that we've all heard about, but there are many facts that we do not know, and Mannjiit is here to answer them. It's my absolute pleasure to introduce Mannjiit Kaur to you. She's an energy alignment coach with close to 15 years of experience in the healing, coaching, and therapy fields. She's also a certified Reiki Grandmaster, an arts-based therapy practitioner, and an angel card reader. In her role as a therapist and entrepreneur, she has worked with children with special needs for more than 15 years, during which period she also ran her own school cum therapy center in Bangalore called Winds of Change. She's been a hands-on special educator and arts-based therapy practitioner. She was first initiated into Reiki in her early 20s and is now a Reiki Grandmaster. She continues to do healings as well as conducts regular workshops for all levels of Reiki teaching. Teaching meditative techniques is one of her specialities, and she believes that when you give yourself up to the process, meditation naturally happens. It's all about bringing your inner self into alignment within and without. She is currently training to become a mindfulness coach. Soul Bites is her venture, where she conducts regular Reiki workshops, angel card readings, and mindfulness and meditation sessions. Mannjiit also works with clients one-on-one for personal life coaching. In today's session titled Reiki Healing, all your questions answered, she'll be throwing light on what Reiki is all about, and we will close with a short mindfulness meditation practice as well. So welcome, Mannjiit, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Beena. Thank you for the introduction, and a very good afternoon to everybody present here. Thank you for taking the time out and coming here. Some of you I'm familiar with, most of you I'm not familiar with, and I've put together this presentation as something for beginners. So those of you who are already in the field of Reiki, have experienced Reiki, and you feel this might be something basic for you, please bear with us. But if you have any more questions, do write them down somewhere. And at the end of the session, I will make an attempt to answer all the questions that have come up. Okay. And thank you so much, Beena ji and Rtambhara, for having me here. It's an honor and a pleasure to come here and share my knowledge and experience with everybody present here. So without further ado, I'm just going to set the context for the session today. So it's a presentation that I've put together, like I said, for beginners. But there are, whatever I could think of might be questions that will come from others. I've put them together. If there's something else, I'll be happy to answer them later. And we'll be ending with a short meditation session as well. All right. So coming to Reiki healing, the first question that comes to mind probably is, what exactly is Reiki? So Reiki, the two words Re and Ki stand for universal life force or prana shakti. So Re means universe or universal, and Ki means shakti. It's chi or ki or shakti, whatever you would like to call it. And the Chinese call it qi, the Japanese call it ki, and the Westerners call it energy. We call it prana shakti. And it's something that's there around us all the time. It's just that we are not adept at harnessing that energy to use it to heal ourselves or to heal others. So through Reiki, what we do is we put you through a series of attunements and workshops and bring you to become a channel for using this healing energy to heal yourselves and others, as well as for a lot of different healings, right? So this is not something new that has come up. It is something that's been always there, because Shakti, prana, energy has always been there around us. It was revived by Dr. Mikao Usui in the 1800s. Dr. Mikao Usui was a Buddhist monk who was questioned by his followers as to how did Jesus heal people. So he came up with this question in his mind, and he took it on himself to discover how to find this out, how to figure this out. So he went on, all kinds of treks and all kinds of journeys to find out what Jesus used to heal. And then he found out, I mean, there's a longer story to that. Of course, I'm not going into the depth of the story right now, but he found out something called Reiki, what we are using right now. And it became a healing modality which went into a lot of different branches. And what we are using right now is Usui Reiki, the branch that Mikao Usui founded. And it is a life healing modality that we've been using for a very long time. It is also something that you can make a lifestyle and not just a healing modality, because when you say healing modality, you're limiting its scope. You're limiting it to only using it for healing a certain illness, maybe. But when you make it a lifestyle or a spiritual path, what you're doing is you're going much further and using it for all of life. Like for me, it was the beginning of my spiritual journey, truly. Because once I got into Reiki, a lot of things opened up for me. Yoga opened up for me, shamanism opened up for me, nature studies opened up. So I have taken myself on different pathways, but ultimately you figure out what is your pathway. This is something that you begin at and you take further. Having said what Reiki is, I would just like to also throw a little light on what Reiki is not. Reiki is no kind of a religion. It's definitely not any kind of a religion. No religious affiliations at all. It's not any kind of a cult. There are no dogmas, there are no superstitions. This, like I said, is a beginning path, and once you learn, you can make it your own. There are various ways how you can use it to heal yourself and others, and you don't need to stick to only the way that you are being taught by your teacher. You can also make it your own. Of course, you don't veer too much away from the path, but you do make it your own in certain ways, right? And, uh, regarding
May I request everybody to mute themselves, please? Go ahead, Mannjiit. Yeah.
So, having said that, though it is not a religion, but it does take you deeper into your religion and spirituality once you begin to practice Reiki. So that is what a brief introduction about what Reiki is and what Reiki is not. And why would somebody want to consider getting into this path of Reiki? Firstly, it is to heal yourself. In this day and age, or rather, the kind of lifestyle we lead, we all go through issues, whether it is physical, mental, emotional, all kinds of issues, and there is health issues, mental issues that we face. So to begin with, take it on to heal yourself. And then what I also like about Reiki is it's not something that you selfishly keep to yourself. You also share it with others, not just, if like I'm a teacher, so yes, I am teaching others to heal themselves, but you can use, as a practitioner also, you can use it to heal others. Not just, like doctors don't just heal themselves, doctors are also doing service to others. Similarly, as a Reiki practitioner, you don't just do Reiki for yourself, you use it for others as well, family, friends, others as well, and professionally as well. You can take it up as a profession too. And make it a part of your life, make it a support system for your spiritual journey, it can take you really, really far. Coming to the benefits of Reiki. Firstly, Reiki, what Reiki does is first relaxation, then it takes you into the healing mode, and then it brings about a rejuvenation of your entire being. So, the first step is when you start Reiki, you go into a more relaxed self. You go deeper. It's like when you go for a massage, how do you feel? You begin to feel that relaxation. The next step is once you're in that relaxed state, your body, your cells, your being begins to heal. Once you begin to heal whatever has been not right with your being, then you start to rejuvenate. So, those are the three steps that I see Reiki as bringing about in you. And its benefits are many, starting with your physical ailments. Generally, people come to any healer or any doctor for physical ailments. So that is the first step that anybody would take. That is what you would want to do, starting with your physical ailments. And then your emotional and mental healing, your stress healing is automatically taken care of also. And when we say that, you're healing yourself on the physical level, you are also healing yourself on the other levels. It's not that I'm saying, okay, I'm only healing myself on the physical level, so the other parts of my being are not being healed. No, we are all one system, one being. So when you heal one part of yourself, you automatically begin to heal the other parts of yourself as well. Another wonderful benefit of the Reiki has been healing relationships. And this is something I've seen personally as well as with others as well. And at times a relationship, shifts and becomes much better. At times, if it is not meant to continue, it comes to an automatic closure so that you don't have to suffer too much longer in that relationship. So it takes you through a series of steps where you feel, okay, do I want to continue? Do I want to heal this relationship? Do I want to make it better? Or do I want to let go of it? And then letting go also comes as a natural stage where you decide, okay, fine, I'm done with this. I need to move on. Another benefit that we have seen lots of people get is goal achievement. So once you are in the second degree, when you've done the second degree, we teach you how to write your goals, write your intentions, how to empower them and achieve those goals for yourself. Next is, of course, spiritual advancement and raising your vibrations. We hear a lot about raising one's vibrations, and those of you who are already on a spiritual path will know we are going through a period of ascension. We are moving from the 3D world into the 4D and 5D, and raising your vibrations will automatically benefit you and take you further into this journey of ascension. And your intuition, your creativity begins to increase once you start your Reiki practices. And it also begins to open up avenues and opportunities. Like I said, my special ed journey, my coaching journey, and so much more came into my life once I began my Reiki practice. So for me, it's not just a healing modality. For me, it's become a lifestyle and something that I practice on a daily basis. And when you start to practice, it is an hour-long practice. But as you advance further and further, it becomes much shorter. You don't have to devote that much time unless you want to. Of course, if you want to spend more time in it, it's perfectly all right. But the practices become shorter and much more. Of course, your energy is also being cleared and becoming higher. So what you do as a practice becomes much faster. So you don't have to spend so much time doing it. Another beautiful benefit that I see, or application that I see, is plants and animals. Plants and animals really thrive with Reiki. This I've seen with my own four-legged baby, who actually knows when he's not well, he will come and place his head on my lap. Otherwise, he may not come to me at all. But when he knows he's not well, he will automatically come to me and he will place his head on my lap. And I know this is the time I need to give him Reiki. And he definitely improves with that as well. Plants as well, for those who have a green thumb, who are into gardening, who have their terrace gardens or into farming. The seeds that you energize with Reiki and sow are definitely giving you better yield, better plants, better fruits, better flowers as compared to the others. So it's, you're energizing them, planting them, and then you're seeing the benefits coming out of them. And in fact, there are vets who have learned Reiki and who have opened up clinics that they're using to treat animals. So this is something that I recently got to know, and I was very pleased to hear about it. And I think that's a wonderful thing. Um, Reiki can also be used in conjunction with other healing modalities. You don't have to use it in isolation. You can, of course, but uh, allopathy, when you're taking medicines and you're using Reiki as well, the side effects that come with the medication that you take in allopathy they are definitely reduced, and it becomes a support along with your allopathy. Homeopathy works beautifully with Reiki because that also works on the energy system, as does Reiki. And counseling and therapy, when you're going through any kinds of counseling or any kind of therapy, Reiki works great in conjunction with that as well. Meditation, sound healing, massage, all these are based on the energy healing system. And Reiki being an energy healing system itself, it benefits all these modalities beautifully. So, when do you think is the best time to start your Reiki journey? There is no set. I started my Reiki journey when I was in my early 20s, like Binaji mentioned. Um, and I would say there is no right time to start your Reiki journey. You can start it at any point. If I had to put down any time, I would say the right time to start is now, because it can be any modality. I wouldn't say it just has to be Reiki. Like I said, we are all going through ascension and we all are facing so many issues in our lives. It is nice to have some kind of a support, some kind of a spiritual practice that guides us beyond what we see in our material and physical life. And when should you be approaching a Reiki healer for a healing? Of course, physical ailments or mental, emotional issues, definitely. And also when you feel, you need more support on your spiritual journey, definitely look towards Reiki and it'll take you much further and much faster as well. Coming to the where of Reiki. Reiki workshops and healings generally used to happen in person. That is what I used to practice myself at my center, Winds of Change. And before that as well, I used to practice out of my house. But now that we have COVID and the virtual world has opened up, online sessions are happening. I take Reiki sessions online, and I also do virtual healings. Anyways, after you're doing the second degree, you automatically get symbols, you get the technology to do your healings long distance. You don't have to be doing them in person physically for anybody. So that I think is a great benefit of Reiki, where you don't have to be present with the person to conduct the healing. You can be anywhere in the world. You can conduct the healing from anywhere you are. Okay, the Reiki journey. I'm just going to throw a little light on how does one go about becoming a Reiki healer, a Reiki master, grandmaster, or whatever level you would like to take yourself to. So generally people come and ask about what Reiki is like, there's introduction sessions or people read about it. And if you want to experience what Reiki healing is all about, just ask a healer, call me or call any of the other healers that you might be in touch with, and ask for a healing session. A healing session can last anything between 40 to 45 to 60 minutes. And of course, when you're doing after the second degree, becomes much shorter. But for a hands-on healing, it generally takes about 45 to 60 minutes. And experience one of those healing sessions and see how you feel about it. And if you want to go further, you can get in touch with me or any of the other healers that you know for Reiki. So, Reiki attunements and workshops are in a series. in the first degree, you have hands-on healing. And in the first degree, you also learn about the history of Reiki, what I spoke about, Dr. Mika Usui. We go much more detail about that. You learn about how Reiki works. You learn about hands-on healing. There are certain positions that we teach you, that you place your hands on various parts of the body. If you're not comfortable with anybody placing their hands on your body, you can also do these healings away from the body, so about 2 to 3 inches above the body, and still Reiki will work beautifully. And we teach you how to do Reiki for self-healing and Reiki for healing others as well. But this is all hands-on healing. In the second degree, we teach you technology, the technology for doing long distance. These are the symbols. There are 3 symbols that you will learn. And through these symbols, you will be able to do distance healing. Like I said, your healer or your healer can be in any part of the world, and you will still be able to experience receiving or sending Reiki. We teach you how to incorporate symbols into a healing practice for yourself and for others. This also teaches you how to heal your past and your future. Some of you might have experienced past life regression, going into, Akashic record readings, where you go into your past and heal your past. So when you heal your past, automatically your present and your future also begins to get healed. So in Reiki itself, we teach you how to go heal your past lives, as well as the lives that you've already lived, so that you clear yourself of your karma or whatever might be stopping you from progressing in life now. And we also teach you how to empower your present and your future. So you can send Reiki into the future, so that your situations, your goals, whatever you need to empower and energize, are taken care of. Of course, like I mentioned, healing relationships also is a part of the second degree. And then we come to level 3A and 3B. Here we teach you the master symbol. This master symbol, you can take it on only for yourself, because your energy gets raised there. Or you can take it on to start healing, or rather start teaching others. In 3A, what happens? You're taking on the master symbol for self, for yourself only. You want to raise your energy and you want to use the power of that level of Reiki only for yourself. But with 3B, we also teach you how to attune lay people into level 1 and 2. So you become a teacher to teach people, attune people into Reiki level 1 and 2, and how to, you take them through the whole session of teaching them the Reiki level 1 and 2. And then comes Reiki 4. This is the Grandmaster level, where I am at currently. And in this level, what we do is we teach you how, not only just teaching lay people 1 and 2, Reiki 1 and 2, but also taking level 2 people into mastership and grandmastership. So this is the final level. Having said that, there are some people who continue to use this only as a healing modality, and don't look at it as a spiritual progress, because when you're taking yourself through Reiki 1, 2, 3, 4, there is automatic growth happening within you. You're clearing away so many things, and you're moving ahead much faster. And your spiritual development is happening at a much faster pace. But there are some people who feel, I've done 1 and 2 and I've done enough. That is fine. Whatever you feel, there is no rush, or, there is no obligation for you to go into 3, 4 and further. But if you feel you are someone who would like to take your spiritual life further, you definitely would want to look at doing Reiki level 1, 2, 3, and 4. But again, it's a personal choice. There is also something called Karuna Reiki, which I have not mentioned here, but that's a different, uh, sorry about that. That's a different kind of Reiki that you can do after Reiki 1 and 2. Maybe, I'll throw light on that later. And okay, who is this for? Reiki is a very gentle, very mild practice. It is safe for everyone. It is for the young, the old, anybody with illness, anybody without illness. Anybody can take on Reiki and do it for themselves. And of course, there are exceptions as well. If you're already practicing any kind of spiritual practice or into any kind of healing modality, you can choose not to want to practice Reiki. If you're happy with whatever you're doing and you feel you don't need anything else, that's perfectly all right. You don't really have to look at doing something more. However, if you are someone who wants to explore, like I'm a seeker, I will do a lot of things before I decide this is what I want to do. Reiki is something, I have stuck to for so many years, 25, 30 years, and I'm still practicing it. But there are other things that I have practiced along the way, different kinds of meditations, healing modalities, which have come into my life. I've realized they are not for me and I've dropped them. Not that they have not benefited me, they have definitely benefited me, but they are not something for me. So if you feel you want to explore Reiki and see what it can do for you beyond what you're already doing, feel free to explore it. Just go ahead, do a class or just take a healing session and see how it benefits you and if you would like to take it further or not. So yes, it is for everybody, but again, if you're someone who's very happy with whatever you're doing already, it's perfectly all right for you to not consider wanting to do Reiki any further. Let's look at what a Reiki session would look like. So it's like you go to any consultant, maybe a doctor or even a massage therapist, and you first discuss what is your issue, what is ailing you, or what is the reason you want to experience Reiki. And having discussed that, the therapist or the Reiki healer will tell you what he or she can do for you, right? And what you might experience after the Reiki session. So then you lie down on a bed. Like when I had my own center, that is what used to happen. I used to have a cot in my consultation room, and the person lies down there, and the Reiki healer takes them through that 45-minute to 60-minute session for of Reiki healing. And after that, once it's over, you get up, you share feedback. During the session, you can also play music. You can request the healer to play some music for you or not. If it disturbs you, lots of people don't like it also. So, it can be either ways. But after that, then you kind of, decide whether you want to carry on with those sessions or not, whether you want to continue and become a healer for yourself, whichever way you want to go. While for the distance healing, what happens is you talk to the therapist or the healer in advance. You discuss with them what your ailment is or what your issues are, what do you want Reiki for, and you decide upon a pre-decided time, and you lie down at that time, and the healer does the healing from a distance at that pre-decided time. And it can also be that the healer might do the healing before or after. We can program Reiki to reach people at the decided time. We don't really have to be present at that time to do the healing. Like somebody is asking me to do a 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. healing, I might not want to be getting up at that, or I might have a yoga class at that time. So I will pre-program Reiki to reach that person at that particular time. Whatever time you have asked for, you make sure you are there, you are present there at that time to receive the healing. You will receive the healing at that pre-decided time. And you just lie down comfortably, be in a calm and restful state for the time decided. And once that time is over, you can either put an alarm, or if you're aware of the timing, you can get up and get on with your day. And you can always call or message the healer with feedback. And lots of times it happens that the healer themselves have seen something or have scanned your aura and have some feedback for you. It might not happen every time, but they might have some feedback for you. Something simple like please drink more water, please make sure you're doing a certain practice, not doing a certain practice, or you're taking more rest. It could be something like that, or maybe not. The healing can continue without that as well. So you can do a one-off session to experience Reiki healing, or even if you really want to see the benefits, do at least a 3 to 5 day healing session with a therapist. And if you're facing something chronic and would like to have a longer benefit, definitely look for to go in for a 21-day healing and not just 1 or 3 or 5 days of healing. You will see better results in chronic ailments when you do a longer period of healing. Moving on to okay, these are the principles of Reiki. This is something that I generally talk about towards the towards the beginning of the class, but I'm just going to be talking about it here now because I would like to leave you all with something that you can take with you. This brings something that another element that I really like, something that I'm training for, mindfulness. So, like I said, being in the present moment, you're able to heal your past, you're able to heal your future. So, Reiki has these five principles that begin with just for today. All right. So when you say just for today, you are putting yourself in the present moment. You're letting go of any guilt of not doing, having done it yesterday. You're not putting the pressure of wanting to do it tomorrow. You're bringing yourself right into this moment and telling yourself, for today, this is what I'm going to do. So these are the five principles of Reiki. This is just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not anger. Just for today, I will be grateful. Just for today, I will work honestly. And just for today, I will be kind to every living being. So you're not putting your pressure, "Okay, I will do it for so many days." You're not saying, "Oh, I'm feeling guilty that I've not done it for so many days." You're just putting yourself here very mindfully. I like this element of Reiki very much because for me, mindfulness really matters. I feel if you can do things mindfully, you half your battle of living your life is won. Put yourself in this moment, do what needs to be done in this moment. The rest of your life is taken care of. I'm not saying, I'm not negating looking at the big picture. You definitely need to do that, but when you're doing something, be so fully present in this moment that you're doing only this. You're not thinking about anything else at all. It is difficult, but it is not impossible. So that is something that really sits well with me, and that is why I decided to mention it towards the end so that everybody can carry it with them into their day. Going a little further, okay, so the chakra system. Most of us have heard about the chakras, the seven main chakras in our body. Reiki works on the chakra system. Chakra basically in Sanskrit means a wheel. So we have these seven main wheels in our aura. These are not situated in the physical body. These are situated on the auric level, and these correspond with our endocrine glands. And each chakra and each endocrine gland has a specific function, a specific specific illnesses that they carry. Depletion of this chakra is illness, and once you rejuvenate these chakras, you heal these chakras, you automatically begin to heal not just that chakra but also the entire system. Right towards the end, I will be taking you on through a short chakra meditation, and I would like to talk a little bit about my journey here. I began my Reiki journey in my early 20s. That was in 95, 96. And I did my first degree and second degree. During that time, for the next few years, I kept using Reiki for myself mainly and for my family and for friends as well. Whoever used to ask for a healing, I used to do. I didn't do it professionally at that time. I used it only for myself. After some time, I started doing it professionally as well. I used to go to different places to do Reiki healings, or people used to come to my house and I used to do Reiki healings with them. And after that, this was while I was in Chennai, and then we moved to Bangalore. Once we moved to Bangalore, I got drawn towards special education. I moved towards special education. I did all my courses, trained to become a special educator, trained to become a certified yoga teacher, so on and so forth. And it started including my Reiki work into my therapy practice as well. So it became a combination of special education, therapy, as well as Reiki. And then in 2009, I started Winds of Change. That was my special needs school cum therapy center, where we had an integrated practice and integrated program where special needs children came. either for an hour a day for specific therapies itself, or they used to come for the whole day, and they were with us where our entire program benefited them. So we used to have physiotherapy, occupational therapy, counseling, arts-based practices, Reiki, and so much more. It was a very, very beautiful, I still miss my Winds of Change, but, I had to close it down for certain reasons 2 years back. I ran it for 10 years. And before that, I was a special educator in different schools as well, where again, I used Reiki for the children there as well. And lots of parents from Winds of Change have also learned Reiki and are still practicing for themselves and for the children as well. And they keep calling me up or messaging me to tell me how they've been benefiting, or, it's so beautiful to hear their journeys as well, because special needs journeys are very different. And I've been honored to be associated with so many special needs children and parents, and having used Reiki on them. I think that was a very beautiful part of my journey. And currently, I'm training to be a mindfulness coach, which I will be talking about maybe with Binaji, and, at some point bring it to everybody as well. I'm a meditation coach, an energy alignment coach. I work one on one with people as well as in groups. So that's my journey so far. And I think we can open up for questions.